And good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. My name is Sean Dexter, and I welcome you back to the Mango live stream. I hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. I'm certainly am having a great weekend. The charts are looking really interesting at the current juncture, and I wasn't supposed to do a live stream or video at all today. Krisha is kind of annoyed at me because you're supposed to relax this weekend, but hey, at the current juncture, there's some interesting things going on, and I want to give you guys an update on how you guys should be mentally, at the very least, getting prepared for the week to come, because things may be picking up in a massive way. So today's stream is going to be a very quick one, guys. I'm not going to have too much time to be able to chat with you guys on the stream, but I see that many of you are here, and hey, good to see you in here, Justin. It's been a while. That being said, let me give you guys a quick agenda of what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin. All right, going to be talking about Ethereum, and I'm going to give you guys an update on my Solana trade. I'm going to essentially be giving you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly, right, in that particular order. Essentially, long story short, guys, I have not put on a short trade on Bitcoin or Ethereum yet. I'm going to give you guys exact targets, or rather exact triggers, on where I'm going to be giving you, where I would be activating my short positions. I'll also give you guys an update on my options positions that I do have on Bitcoin at the moment. I do not have any short trade on Ethereum just yet. I am short core allocation on Ethereum. You guys know that. I'll give you guys an update on why, etc. as well. Some interesting things going on over there as well. And Solana, I am still short Solana, right? I've been building that short position for a while. I added to my position a couple of days ago, yesterday as well. We talked about that in yesterday's stream. Give you guys an update on that. So at the moment, the only big short I do have open is on Solana, okay? But at Bitcoin's current juncture, things may start giving us some really good triggers, all right? Especially the way this weekly candle is shaping. And I think many people are missing how we can easily trade this current candle on its own, right? Depending on how it closes, okay? So you guys need to be watching out for tomorrow's weekly close, okay? And watch well. I'm going to be telling you guys exactly what you guys need to be looking for, okay? High time frames and low time frames. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Good to see all of you in here. Hit the like if you guys haven't yet. That's one way you guys can really help out this channel. Take a quick second to hit the like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for, man? Mango is the only channel over here for you guys during the bear markets, and yeah. In fact, we're here more during the bear markets than the bull markets. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, before we do get fully into the charts, I want to make a quick announcement slash update for you guys. I have gone ahead and updated the YouTube channel, right, on Mango's channel, where I've basically organized things for you guys, right? So you guys can find Krisha's FTX. Let me just switch on over actually for you guys. So right over here. Okay, I'm just gonna zoom in for you guys. Krisha's FTX playlist is available for you guys. So you guys who are trading FTX more often, go ahead and watch the playlist. For those of you who are new and not watched Krisha's margin trading video on Binance, please go ahead and do this. Dashboard tutorial videos are over here as well. We'll be jumping into the dashboard very soon. And in regards to my tutorial videos, if you guys are on the seed program, you guys kind of already have watched the Ichimoku videos, but I recommend watching the EMA and SMA video if you haven't watched it yet, and watch the funding rate video, right? A lot of you guys still don't fully understand what funding rate implies, but this is the comprehensive guide that will also allow you guys to understand what contango means, what backwardation means, etc. So yeah, go ahead and watch it. I explain it very simply. All right, with that, let's go ahead and actually dive into the dashboard, okay? Here we are looking at Bitcoin on the weekly time frame, and we have a Tenkin and a Kijun open. This Tenkin and Kijun was essentially what gave us our bearish posturing ever since we rejected off this blue Tenkin Kijun test, right? So we were looking for this to recross bullish, or rather we were looking for this to deny or reject the bearish cross, right? And we did not see that. In fact, Bitcoin came in there, got a rejection, and it's been dumping ever since. Okay, we've had 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 like what, nine, let's say 9 bearish candles or 9 red candles. And what I'm hearing now on Twitter, especially, is people saying that, hey, Bitcoin has never ever done 9 red candles in a row. So we must close green, or we must bounce bullish now in the weeks to come. Guys, you shouldn't be thinking that way, okay? You shouldn't be thinking that way. We may have 9 more candles of red, okay? In fact, we could have 9 more red candles just sideways, right? We could have 9 more red candles of going down, 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 right? Don't ever, it's a classic gambler's fallacy to think that just because something has happened way too many times, it means that the next roll has to flip the other way. Do not ever think like that. You could get really, really hurt, okay? I'm going to be giving you guys exact levels and exact triggers and exact things to look for to actually trigger that bullish move towards the upside, okay? And I'll also be giving you guys exact levels as to what would trigger the move towards the downside. This weekly candle, guys, this current weekly candle that you're looking at over here, call it what you want, upside down hammer, blah blah blah. This weekly candle alone is what we can use now for at least the next week, or maybe in the weeks to come, for our trading range, okay? And that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video, okay? So let's jump into the charts now immediately. In fact, before we jump into the charts, I want to jump into the actual trend trading part of the dashboard. By the way, the dashboard's available at app.mangoresearch.com. There's a free version as well as the premium version. Take advantage of the free version because you get access to things like the 12-hour time frame on the Mango View, etc., that is not available to you guys for free on TradingView. So if you guys have a free TradingView account, app.mangoresearch.co gives you guys access to a 12-hour time frame. Okay, so here we are on the trend trading part of the dashboard, and what we're going to do is we're going to filter out Bitcoin, which is already on the top, but I want you guys to focus on, I can't really filter out Bitcoin because they're Bitcoin pairings, right? I want you guys to focus on the top column over here and the volatility bit, okay? The volatility row, volatility column of the trend trading dashboard. And what we're seeing over here is that Bitcoin's volatility has really begun to suppress, not just on the daily time frame, but also on the 4-hour time frame. Blue means compression, blue means suppression, and compression, especially prolonged compression, leads to expansion, okay? And we may be seeing that expansion coming soon in the next week, especially with the way the current weekly candle is posturing itself, okay? And with that in mind now, okay, we have our thesis on, hey, compression has been the name of the game for the past few days. That means expansion is likely going to come, correct? Now we look towards the trend column, okay, trend column of the Bitcoin row, and the trend is directing short on the 4-hour time frame, short on the 12-hour time frame as well, and short on the daily time frame as well, okay? So that is not a good look. We have trend resistance, okay? We have trend resistance, and volatility is indicating expansion soon. That could trigger the next move towards the downside, okay? That being said, guys, remember, I am not in a short Bitcoin position yet, okay? It is not the time to be shorting Bitcoin, and I'm going to be telling you guys why. We're going to jump straight on over to the charts. And over here, we're looking at Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. Again, same template that we have available for you guys for free on the Mango View, right? I'm going to go ahead and quickly show it to you guys. Right over here, you guys have your Ichimoku on the Mango View. You guys can turn on your cloud. You guys can turn on your SMAs, etc., etc. It's all available for you guys over here for free. So go ahead and use it. Take advantage of it. I'm going to switch back on over to the charts for you guys. And I want to drill in a little bit. That's why I'm going to be using the actual charts, but you guys don't need to, especially if you guys are just trading on the higher time frames. Okay, so what we're looking at over here, guys, is Bitcoin in this weekly range, okay? This candle is its essential weekly range. The bulls and the bears are currently fighting on whether they want to see this candle close green or red, okay? If this candle closes red, you can say that the bears have won. Okay, at the moment it's green. Okay, at the moment the bulls are fighting the close, and this candle will close green as long as it stays above the open, coming in around 29,000. Let's say 29,000 to round off. Okay, 29,000. Okay, if the bears manage to close the candle underneath around 29,400, they would have closed the candle red. Okay, the candle is going to close red at that point. However, I wouldn't call it a complete bear victory until and unless we actually see the next week take out the low of this candle. So the if the bears close underneath 29,400ish for this week, that's their first victory. Their confirmation is going to be if they can actually take out the low. Even a wick underneath, guys, is going to be a victory for the bears, or the second victory for the bears, as soon as they take out around 29,250 as well. Okay, so that's the first trigger. First trigger, bears close this candle red. Second trigger, bears actually take out 29,262. The bulls are going to fight that. The bulls are going to resist that. Okay, if we see that, guys, if we actually see the bears win both of those triggers, there's a good chance that we see Bitcoin come down further around to $27,000, perhaps all the way back down to 22,000. Remember, we have not tested the 200 moving average yet on Bitcoin. Okay, the 200 moving, not the exponential moving average. We've been talking about the exponential moving average for the past few days, but the 200 moving average has not closed just yet. Remember, QT is starting. QT has started this month as well. There's a lot of pressure in the market. Jobs report has also come out good, and good news is now bad news for the markets, right? We'll talk about that in more detail on the stream coming up on Monday. But for now, keep in mind, these are your triggers for confirmation for further downside, okay? At least down to the 200 exponential moving average coming around 26,000. This is your weekly bearish triggers. The bulls essentially are going to be looking for something very, very similar. Remember, the bulls need to just close the candle green, and that's going to be their first victory. But when do they actually start seeing their continuation? Their continuation, guys, is only going to be coming once they take out their high. Remember, the bears want to take out their low, the bulls want to take out their high, okay? And the high is coming in around 32,300. So if the bulls can take out 32,300 next week, which is essentially filling in this wick, right? You guys hear me say this often. If I see the bulls fill in the wick, I'm going to be looking for continuation. So if they fill in this wick and take out the high, I'll be looking for move all the way to around 35,000, 36,000, which is the next target. We'll be coming to that very soon too. And you're going to see confluence on the low time frames. Okay. So are we all on the same page over here? Are you guys understanding? I am going to assume yes, sirree. Is there anything else I want to talk about over here on the weekly time frame? Okay. So again, guys, if the bears actually manage to take out the lows, we're looking for around 200, the 200 exponential moving average should be met at around 27,000. If the bulls manage to take out the highs, we'd be looking for around 35,000, 36,000 towards the upside. However, if the bears actually close the next week after that, or maybe even this week, who knows what happens this weekend, underneath 27,000, I'm straight up looking for 22,000. Straight up looking for 22,000. All right, mark those levels. Now I'm going to switch on over to the 12-hour time frame. We're going to be looking for that kind of confluence and the trigger on the lower time frames. Okay, I have everything marked out for you guys over here. Remember, my position right now, my trade that I have on Bitcoin right now is essentially I have sold calls at around the $36,000, $38,000 region, and I've essentially sold puts at around the $25,000 region, right? So I'm going to be collecting premium as long as Bitcoin is trading within that range. Now, this is how you guys could be looking to be trading this if you guys want to keep your trades as clean as possible. This is the range Bitcoin is currently sitting in on the 12-hour time frame. Okay, remember I told you guys I'm looking for certain things that I'm looking for on the 12-hour time frame, right? To look, or rather to trigger that move towards 36,000. Until that happens, I'm going to be expecting Bitcoin to range, okay? Range within the 12-hour range, which is 32,000 towards the upside and 28,500 towards the downside. And what do you know? That 12-hour range happens to line up, not perfectly, but it happens to line up with Bitcoin's weekly range, right? So you're seeing confluence between the 12-hour and the weekly candle that Bitcoin put in this week, or rather it's about to put in this week. So what are we looking at over here, guys? 32,000 towards the upside, 28,400 towards the downside, and Bitcoin is pretty much sitting somewhere in the middle of the range. So there's no real trade over here, right? If you're trading support and resistance, the only trade that you guys have really is one at the bottom of the range. You could take a long over here and look for a move all the way up back to 31,700, 32,000, or you wait for the re-trigger somewhere around here, top of the cloud, and then back down over here, okay? The big move, in my opinion, on Bitcoin, if you guys are looking for this move on 36,000, is only going to come once we start seeing this Kijun. You guys see this red line over here? This red line over here. That's your Kijun. Once you start seeing that Kijun come down and meet confluence with the Tenkin. The Tenkin is this blue line here, guys. Okay? I want to see this happen. I want to see these two cross. Once we start seeing that, I will be looking for price to start penetrating the cloud. Once we do that, the trigger begins, okay, for Bitcoin to make its move up to the top of the cloud. And what does the top of the cloud line up with? Lines up with the 200 exponential moving average that I've marked out for you guys over here. Okay, 200 exponential. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the 200 exponential. You guys can see it over here. It's also likely going to bring in the golden cross into confluence. Okay, the 12-hour golden cross, which will be the green 55 crossing above the 200 exponential moving average. Once we see that, right, we can then start looking for retest, blah, blah, blah. We'll be doing updates for you guys as we see all of those moving averages come into confluence. If you guys are kind of lost over here, don't worry. This is a channel to be learning. Watch my EMA versus SMA video and subscribe to the channel because I'll constantly be teaching you guys how these things work and how you guys can really, really trade this in a very objective way. Okay, we use objectivity over here at the Mango Research, at the Mango channel. Okay, I've talked to you guys about upside targets, okay, but we've not talked about downside targets in regards to the 12-hour time frame. Okay, on the weekly, it's really easy to see the downside targets, right? It's all the candles look bearish. When you go drill down into the lower time frames, you tend to want to look at the upside targets because some nice green shades, right? The green shades, the colors affect us. But remember, the higher time frame should keep our perspective clear, our objectivity clear, and we already talked about what the bears need to do. Okay. And look at this, guys. Over here on my 12-hour, I have a zone marked out for you guys, which is essentially the tap zone or the kill zone, depending on what price does. Okay, what do I mean by this? Tap zone or the kill zone. If we lose the $28,000 level on the 12-hour time frame, okay, the trigger is then set for move down to the tap zone. This is where the liquidity is likely sitting. Okay, if we tap into this liquidity and then move back up, that's a bullish sign. If we tap into this liquidity and then close underneath, I see a candle close underneath, that's the kill sign. Okay, that's the kill sign, and I'm looking for that weekly level. Okay, that's also going to likely line up with the weekly 200 exponential moving average losing itself, right? Or rather, price closing underneath the weekly 200 exponential moving average, and I'll be looking for that weekly level to be met at around 22,000. Okay, so remember, 12-hour loses its kill zone. We're looking for around 22,000. On the weekly. Okay, this is especially true if this happens over a period of time, price oscillating over here, and then towards next week we close underneath this zone. That's going to be really bad because then I'll be looking for that move to 22,000. Okay, so that's what we're looking for on Bitcoin. I hope you guys are following me because we will be moving on over to Ethereum now. All right. Okay. So with Ethereum, what I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you guys my Twitter account first. Okay. Because I want you guys to really, really use this example as when to look for red flags on certain coins, certain assets, whether it be Ethereum, whether it be another shit coin, doesn't matter, right? And again, okay, this is not because I hate Ethereum, blah, blah, blah. I held Ethereum myself. I don't have any Ethereum anymore. I am short my core allocation of Ethereum, and I'll be looking to trigger a short too if certain things happen. I don't have a leverage short on Ethereum just yet. So when was this? I said this May 26th, right? I said this part of my tweet May 26th. I said, if you guys aren't following me on Twitter yet, please do. Sean Dexter is my Twitter handle. I'm going to start posting more often for the good of mankind. For the good of mankind, because there's been so much garbage on Twitter recently. I'm going to try to like be different. But anyways, at distribution, pretty much complete. Now the aggressive downtrend begins, is what I said. Don't hodl like the lunatics did. Learn from Terra. Protect your Bitcoin, for it is sacred. And I quoted one of my previous tweets from 10 days prior, May 16th, and this was a reply to a VC, Travis Kling, who posted this garbage chart over here saying, what is the market telling you? Trying to imply that the market is likely going to trend upwards and onwards so that he could sell his bags to you. Okay, this guy is a smart dude. Okay, I actually respect him. But he would post his chart on Twitter only so he could offload his freaking liquidity, not just to the retailers, but also the other dumb big bad money, right? Who would buy into Ethereum thinking, hey, the merge is coming, it's gonna turn bullish, life, it's gonna go to 8. I was hearing calls of 8,000 from some VCs. Ethereum 8,000 by the end of the year. It'll get there eventually, no doubt, but it's not time. So I replied to him saying, he said, what is the chart telling you? What is the chart telling you? I replied saying that the chart is telling me that you're being distributed to leading into the merge. Why have so many VCs been shilling the ETH merge? Seems like the most overcrowded trade at the moment. Makes me want to dump all of my Ethereum I have and buy more Bitcoin. And you know what? I did. I've been talking about it to you guys for a while, and I'm showing this more so because I want to show you guys that I had Ethereum, right? Makes me want to dump all my Ethereum, right? That's what I said. Okay, so with that, I'm going to switch on over to the dashboard now, right over here, and I have Ethereum filtered out for you guys already, and we can see ETHUSD is short on the daily time frame. Got the short a month ago. You're down, or it's down 35% since then, and you're up 35% on your trade if you did take the trade. At BTC is down, got the call 23 days ago, 1 week after the ETHUSD short, and you're up a good 17%. So you would have saved 17% of your Bitcoin. That's how you need to look at it. Okay? Your Bitcoin is sacred. For it is sacred. Okay, so that's at BTC over here on the dashboard. I do want to point out that the volatility is a bit high, okay, especially the Bitcoin pairing over here, which is one of the reasons why I wouldn't be taking a short position. This also lines up with what I'm seeing on the chart. The 12-hour volatility is high on both pairings, and the 4-hour volatility is low on the USD pairing, but high on the Bitcoin pairing. So you definitely don't want to be putting on a leverage at BTC short over here. Okay, not yet. Okay, I'm going to be switching on over to the charts over here. And I know there's a lot going on over here. It's messy, blah, blah, blah. But I really like the Ichimoku template for my altcoin trades, especially for Ethereum. And what we're seeing over here is, okay, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my horizontals first. And I'm going to show you guys that Ethereum rather, at BTC at the moment is officially on support. Hasn't broken it just yet. Okay, we haven't cleared the Kijun. This red line over here is the Kijun, and we haven't really cleared the cloud yet. Okay, so we have Kijun support and cloud support. Even though FBTC is living underneath both temporarily, it has a day and 14 hours to recover, and if it closes anywhere above 0.061737 Satoshi, this is going to be a defense of that support zone. Okay, on the monthly as well, we are seeing monthly 21 EMA support over here. Okay, so we're seeing monthly 21 EMA support, we're seeing weekly Tenkin and cloud support, and the dashboard as well is telling you the volatility is pretty high on the direction of your trend. We may be seeing a bounce over here, right? Again, so be objective and use all of your confluencing indicators together, and don't get too emotional about your trades. I think the trigger will come soon. And you may get a better trigger at a higher price, right? So let's go back on over to the weekly. I think I'm going to turn off my my Ichimoku, turn back on my horizontals. And remember, this was the bull flag that these VCs have been posting, right? That broke down, that ended up being a distribution pattern, the head and shoulders, whatever you want to call it. A really, really good short opportunity on the BTC pairing would be somewhere around here. Okay, if you get a retest of this zone over here at around 0.0659ish, that'd be a really, really good short trade. We are also sitting on horizontal support over here. Horizontal support. So we have the support zone over here. So I wouldn't be looking to short here. Likely that we bounce depending on how this week closes. If this weekly closes anywhere underneath 0.0595, that would trigger further continuation towards the downside. Targets are pointing all the way down here, guys. 0.039, 0.03, 0.035, perhaps even lower. If I turn back on my Ichimoku, you guys are going to start seeing confluence with all of these levels. Yeah, there you go. A really, really good short opportunity is going to be if we retest the Tenkin. This is blue line Tenkin over here. lining up right over there. It's going to come down like this, okay? And then we break into the cloud, you get to edge trade, lose the cloud after bouncing a bit, down towards what? The 200 moving average, lining up with what? The horizontal I have at around 0.038, and that would essentially be a retest of our rising, broadening wedge that we were trading towards the upside. We were long Ethereum for the bull market, by the way, okay? We are not just perma bears. People have been calling us perma bears, by the way, and that's really funny. That should be funny to those of you guys who've been watching Mango for a while, because we are as bullish as it can get for crypto, man. Okay, ETHUSD now, guys. ETHUSD. Let's go ahead and talk about ETHUSD. ETHUSD is looking like garbage. Okay, garbage. Again, a lot like Sol, but I'm not short this yet. I think we'll get a better trigger. It looks like it wants to bounce, just drop off a cliff. Not bounce off the cliff, drop off the cliff. Again, if Bitcoin saves the day, ETHUSD will get saved too, but BTC is going to get boom, right? So this is a very interesting dynamic. Bitcoin may save ETHUSD, but it's not going to save BTC. It's going to crush BTC. So watch out for that. Right over here, guys, we're looking at Ethereum penetrate a major zone over here between 1900 and 1658. $300 zone, right? Thick zone. But what if I tell you that if we lose this zone, we're coming all the way back down to $1,000-ish. 1,000, guys, okay? $1,000 is weekly 200 moving average, okay? 1,100-ish. It is also, I believe, your monthly support. Yeah, I have the horizontal marked out right over there. 1,100. That's going to be a target if we lose the zone. Okay, it's already looking garbage on the monthly, guys. Lost the monthly 21 EMA. That being said, Bitcoin has lost its monthly 21 EMA too. So I wouldn't be being fair to it by just using this as the only indication. But remember, Ethereum was holding this for the longest time while Bitcoin was not. So if Ethereum comes down to 1,000-ish, guys, that's going to line up with Bitcoin also having a trigger, likely, right? Okay, how about this? I should put it this way. If Bitcoin triggers itself down to that $22,000 target that we talked about at the beginning of the stream, if we see that trigger, Ethereum is likely going to come down to 1,100. That's how we should be doing it. That's how we should be discussing it, okay? Because if Ethereum comes down to 1,100, it doesn't necessarily mean that Bitcoin has to also come down to 22K. Not with the way Bitcoin has been trading. Bitcoin may hold its levels while all coins get crushed on their levels. And we've been seeing that time and time again. Especially with Sol, right? Sol is an example. AVAX is an example. Luna is a great example. Anything else to talk about on ETHBTC? No. Now we can go ahead and talk about Solana. Any questions, guys? Are you guys enjoying the stream? If you guys are enjoying this quick weekend wrap up, make sure to hit the like, hit the subscribe. It's one way that you can really help out the channel. And yeah, man, I'm gonna take a sip of water. I'm gonna try not to drop water on myself. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and quickly talk about Sol. There's not much to talk about this one. You guys know that I've been building my short trade on Solana. Actually, you guys may not have been paying attention, because when I did talk about it, Krisha was in her fantastic, extravagant short trade on Luna. So yeah, Krisha's trade played out fast and quick, right? My trade has been going and getting better and better, but it's taken some time, right? This is how trend trading works. Sometimes you may see that impulsive move happen immediately. Sometimes it may take time, where it starts breaking levels like 70, 60, 50, 45. Suddenly we're sitting at 37. Remember, we had a short trade yesterday. It's looking good. The trade is looking good, but at this current juncture, volatility on the dashboard is pretty high on the daily time frame, on both pairings, on the 12-hour time frame, on both pairings, on the 4-hour time frame, on both pairings. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a bounce this weekend, right? Because volatility is pretty high. Would I be looking to be longing that bounce? No, I have trend resistance going against me, right? So I wouldn't be looking to be putting on a long over here if I'm already in a short trade, which I am. Let me put it this way: if you guys are already in a short trade from a higher position, I'd personally be looking to hold that trade, because there's a potential for big win on this. Remember, guys, my biggest wins have come in the bear markets, right? My life turned around in the 2018-2019 capitulation. Just put it, yeah. So if we see something like this on Sol, if Sol capitulates, I'm looking for moves down to $26, $24, potentially even $20. It could bounce here. This could be a reversal. But if you're already in a good short trade from somewhere up over here, guys, this edge is worth it. Okay, this edge is worth it because that's going to be a really nice trade. A really nice trade. Okay, just gotta be patient. At the moment though, do we see a bounce over here? I'm not seeing any indication that would make me want to long, but let's go ahead and look at the weekly time frame. Okay, really quick. Man, the weekly looks, this horizontal over here at around 47.45, guys, that was a major level that Sol needed to hold. It lost it, it retested it, and the only next level I'm looking at is all the way down here. It's all the way down here. Maybe the monthly will be giving us some hope, and the monthly has a level around 43-ish, but it's not good enough. It's not good enough. You can see all these wicks over here. It's like liquidity begging to be tapped. Sol wants to reach into it, and that might be a buy opportunity for long-term hold, right? If you guys believe in Solana, etc., etc. Yeah. Daily, let's see what the daily is saying. Daily, it's rejecting the 20. You could see a retest of the 21 EMA tanking, but not before the 21 EMA tanking comes down further. Be looking for the 21 EMA to penetrate this horizontal, perhaps come down to around 44-ish, then you'll see that retest. Let's go ahead and look at the oscillators real quick. Not much to be said over here. Let's look at the 12-hour. 12-hour, again, not 12-hour may actually do something soon. Yeah, you may actually get double bullish divergence on this one, but not triggered until we actually start taking on these highs over here. These lower highs at around $39. Let's look at the 4-hour. 4-hour, yeah, this may actually, yeah, you see, this is, when you look at the 4 and the 12-hour, you could make an argument for a small short-term bounce. You definitely could. But I wouldn't be trading it long. It's up to you guys. Trade your personality if you guys want the stress over the weekend, by all means. Okay, that's pretty much it. Oscillators on anything else? Should we, nah. Let's keep this live stream short and to the point. Did you guys enjoy this video? I hope you guys did. If you did, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy the rest of my weekend with my beautiful, gorgeous Crash Talks. We'll see you guys on Monday. Until then, do the mango way, do it the stress way, do it the easy way. Ciao, guys, and thank you for all of you joining. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Perps. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Krisha, for joining in here too. Yeah. See you guys in the next one.